Hey everyone, this is Frugal Panda here. I just thought I'd make a quick video of our visit to Joshua Tree National Park in California. Now, this was not a planned trip. We are on our way leaving the state of California, heading back to Colorado. Now, I have an America the Beautiful pass, and this time I used it for a lot of national parks. Actually, we did three of them. We were only really going to do Chaco Cultural Center, and we ran into the Petrified Forest, did that one. And then on our way out, we saw the Joshua Tree was coming up, so we decided to stop there. This was not an all day affair for us. Now, getting there, you of course go near Palm Springs. Not a lot to look at, honestly. It's a pretty ugly drive. Now, what makes Joshua Tree amazing, I think for a lot of folks, is coming from areas where you're not used to seeing deserts and things like that. It's got a rugged look to it, real Rocky Mountains to say. To me, to be honest with you, I was not that excited to see Joshua Tree. And don't take that the wrong way. But see, I was in the Army and I was stationed at Fort Irwin. And one of the places I was stationed was Fort Irwin in the Mojave Desert. So I spent over 2 years out in the deserts of California, not too far, or in basically the same environment as the Joshua Tree area, sleeping. Spent lots of days out in environments that look like this out in California, in the cold and the heat and the 120-degree weather, the wind and everything. The trees, of course, are really cool to look at. The landscape is very barren and rugged looking. Like I said, if you're not used to deserts and everything, you'll be really wowed by this. My kid was really wowed by this because he hadn't really seen too much to look like this. Yeah, we've been to the Badlands and certain desert areas. We've been to Arizona and stuff, but it was a little bit different looking here. Now, getting into the park, plan your day right, because there can be long lines, as you saw earlier in the video, of cars, but the line itself did move fairly quickly. This day it was not hot because, of course, this is springtime. But as you can see, we're wearing more like light jackets. The wind, it was really windy, which was cool. Super clear skies and lots of walking paths for you. There was a lot of people here, but you didn't feel cramped. Now, certain areas you would go, some of the really popular areas, there was a lot of people there. It'd be like going to the Arches National Park in Utah, and trying to go to the main Arches. There's always going to be a lot of people, especially if the walk is not that far. So to get to other things that have further walking distances, the less crowds. You start figuring that out. Now, we didn't really go to a lot of the real popular areas just because this was really just a pass through on our way out of the state going home. But since we have the America the Beautiful, it's like, oh, why don't we stop? It's free, basically. Also, if you have America the Beautiful, and once you get up there, you show your card real quick, and they wave you through really fast. So yeah, saw bathrooms in quite a few areas. Now be mindful. Joshua Tree National Park is a very large park, so there can be a lot of driving and getting out of the park, depending on which way you go. It can take a while just to get out of the park and get back out onto the highway to keep on driving. It was well worth the stop regardless, especially since it was free with the America the Beautiful. So, yeah, the gift store and all that was not very big, to be honest with you. I don't know, it surprised me because Joshua Tree is one of the really popular national parks. Maybe I missed one of the gift shops and everything. Chaco Canyon had a really nice one. Theirs was pretty small, to be honest with you. So either I missed one of the big ones or that was it, to be honest with you. Be careful when you pull over. Sometimes people be really, really speeding. And then another thing, you gotta be careful of driving through this park, because so much of it is barren and there's just open spaces where you can drive, is that people do not tailgate there. People will just all of a sudden pull right over in front of you. So that was the weirdest thing. I had like 2 or 3 people just pull over, and I'm like, oh man, I could have sideswiped you, type of thing. As you can see right here, we're walking on one of the trails. The trails are pretty cool, very, very walkable. Now, there's some more difficult trails to walk on. We did not take them on this particular park. As I said, we're leaving the state and we don't want to be all filthy, dirty, on our way somewhere. But you can see, look at that. But for me personally, I saw a lot of that in the military. I slept in that. I spent week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I probably spent about 9 months out of the year for 2 years, literally staying in the desert. Practically every month, for maybe 1 or 2 months. Did I not actually like stay in the desert? Do I recommend it? Yes. I also really, really recommend it for people that aren't accustomed to deserts and the landscape of the desert. You'll be really amazed by it. Now, with that being said, be careful. If you're coming in the summer with the heat, bring plenty of water and electrolytes. I lived out here. I slept out here. Just be careful because it gets really hot, and there's many people that get heat exhaustion and heat strokes out in environments such as this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.